What's going on, VC? Joachim here. I hope everybody's doing well. Cheers. Today I'm coming at you with my last video of the year. Gonna try to cover lots of things here. So I'm gonna show quite a significant amount of records today. I'm gonna wrap things up pretty quick because I don't want this video to be excessively long. Nevertheless, I couldn't let the year end without, paying my respect to the VC channels that I'm about to mention in this video here. So, I'm gonna start by sharing with you guys some VCLT that I received, as well as the records that I purchased while back in Europe, in this particular case, Portugal. I'm gonna start with that. Then I'm gonna jump into a video to celebrate Jack the Vinyl Martini third year on a VC. He has a contest going on that ends tomorrow. So the prize will be some donation that Jack will donate to I believe a food bank in his area. And after that, I'm gonna share with you guys a bunch of records with skulls, which I saw Yane from Pops and Clicks doing it, as well as Tommy from the Tommy Vinyl Knot. And I always like to jump into these tags contests. Not also is a good opportunity to not put much thought into these and come up with some content to share, but also, and most important of all, to support the troops. So Tommy was kind enough to send me a package to Portugal, and he sent me this rat stuff. And by the way, I'll leave link in description for every single channel that I will mention, and please go check it out, like and subscribe if it rocks your boat. So Tommy sent me this random crashes. I'm most likely gonna talk this if I do a video focused on 2024, because I didn't buy much in 2024. Nevertheless, this was a pleasant surprise for me. Finnish band, their sound is definitely takes you down the memory line. Very California hardcore influenced, hints of 90s street punk, hints of anarcho punk in particular. Their lyricism is great. I'm in love with this shit. Also got this small town girl mixtape with a bunch of bands that I never heard of. Cool stuff here. A lot of cool stuff here. Thank you, Tommy. Without this cassette, I probably, I will never have heard of these bands. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. And played, because I play my records. And also, this definitely is going to be high on my my favorite records of the year. And it's Tickety again. We'll leave that for next time. So thank you, Tommy. Go check out Tommy's channel. Subscribe. If you like Finnish hardcore, Tommy is your guy. So next, while in Portugal, I didn't get much to be honest with you, I no longer, prioritize, record hunting when I go anywhere. If it happens, it happens. But there was just two particular records that were released, not really released, that I had to get my hands on, and I went to a specific place in Lisbon to get them, and it was this record, both from Portuguese labels, or this one is also co-released with Borg de Seine from France. This is Dos Brutal, Gritos de Guerra. We'll most likely will talk about this. This is one of the first Brazilian oi bands, just like Brazilian punk with that oi edge. Great shit. Also got this. We call it Shizato. It's the most influential Portuguese straight edge band from the 90s. They have more records where they start singing in English, but I think this is where they shined. This is actually the first time on vinyl of the tracks from this CD from, I don't know, mid 90s. Yeah, actually killer split right here. But yeah, I'm stoked to finally have these on wax. Great job on the release of this. Killer Portuguese stuff, Portuguese punk rock. Also, while in Portugal, my good friend Fabio was kind enough to purchase 2 records for me while in Eindhoven in some punk fest, and he bought me this French band Cran, both the last EP and their LP. Really killer stuff. A lot in the vein of Syndrome 81. Not as good though, but pretty memorable. Contemporary French punk. Rat shit. Thank you, Fabio. And also, one thing that I was about to forget, again, I did a vinyl tag and I forgot one of the questions. I had the records aside and I didn't show them. I'm showing them now. There was a question on that vinyl tag to show a great run of 3 EPs. I'm gonna give it. That's what I decided on that day. I forgot, so I'm gonna give it to the Stiffs. Stiffs Inside Out, Volume Control, and Goodbye My Love. There you go. So my vinyl tag 2025 is complete. All right. So now let's jump into Jack's the Vinyl Martini contest to celebrate 3 years in a VC. Jack is a true gentleman, vast. He's content. He's eclectic. He has a vast knowledge. I'll say, in particular, 70s and 80s. He shows a lot of rad stuff, but just the way Jack carries himself, presenting his content, is one of those channels. At least for me, watching Jack is almost like it's soothing. So, check Jack. Congratulations, Jack, for the 3 years in the VC. Keep those videos coming, brother. Cheers. So, Jack wants us to shout out a channel. I'm going to shout out Alien Rebellion Rock and Roll Association. I assume I probably gave him a shout out way back, but I got to give it again. Is one of those, even though I don't know him personally, but he's been following my channel almost from the very beginning. Very similar tastes. There's a relationship there. I watch his videos religiously. I think it's very interesting. One day you can be listening to a ABBA record with him, and the next day you might be listening to some grindcore from the end of the earth. Check out Alien Rebellion Rock and Roll Association. So Jack also wants us to show some compilations. I have a plan. I'm planning to show some to do a video focus on compilations. So some of these will be included, but you know, I'm gonna show some compilations that kind of are important to me because played a role in my discovery of new bands. You know, understanding better particular subgenres within punk. So there we go. This series, one of my favorites, UK 82 Punk. You guys know how much I like that thing. These are two that I always recommend. It is A Country Fit for Heroes on No Future Records, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This includes Blitzkrieg, Violators, Samples, One Way System, Crux, Chaotic Youth, Impact, Intensive Care, On Parole. A lot of classics. We will talk about this in a further video. But the K82, this is a really good starting point. You guys know how much I like Oi, so today I just picked this as Oi comp. The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Oi. Red cover. This includes The Business, Vicious Rumors, Skin Deep, Renegade, Cockspotter, Four Skins, Section 5, Cockney Rejects, The Blood. Yeah, banger right here. French punk, it's also something that means a lot to me. This is a great comp to get your kicks on French punk. The 1984, the first Sonic World War. Bands such as Sub Kids, Les Collabos, Ras, Kremlin Contingent, Le Cadavre, Angry Rats. This is a banger right here for if you want to explore you know, first wave, second wave as well of French punk. It's a good start. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, or influential comp that ever came out from the United States. And this is, of course, Let Them Eat Jelly Beans on alternative tentacles. This is just a banger. This is a compilation that has from half Japanese to Giza X to Really Red to Black Flag, Bad Brains. Yeah, this is flawless. You guys know that already. Don't need to be told. I do love Finnish punk and hardcore. I'm not gonna show propaganda because Tommy shows us propaganda every other month, and rightfully so, because he's probably one of the best punk comps ever. But I'm gonna show the Alta High Life. I love this record, not also because, you know, there's bands in here, you know, Vardaus, it's a band that I love, and I just love their songs here, so. You got Red Cadet, Vardaus, Apparat, Ivo Protezi, Chaos, and Cansa Turva Musiki Mosio. I don't know. Tommy will coach me on that. Classic Finnish punk here, Finnish hardcore. Love Anarcho Punk. Bullshit Detector, classic, must. It's one of those records that everybody should give it a go. You know, this is just Porno Squad, Red Alert, The Snipers, The Disruptors, NDT, Erratics, Counterattack, The Alternative, Amoebics, Crass, of course. Yeah, absolute banger. Bullshit Detector, classic for on Crass Records. Just a must for any anarcho punk fan or anyone curious to know what anarcho punk is all about. This is one of my favorite American compilations of all time as well. This saw the light of day in 2002 on wax, but this was originally raw cassette from 1982, and this is absolutely banger. This is a banger. New York trash, man. This is absolutely amazing. New York, I think some of the finest New York punk tunes ever made are in this record. The Mad Crowd, Heart Attack, Adrenalino D, even worse, Fiends, Nihilistics, Undead, False Prophets, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, Stimulators. Whoa, what a record. And one record that means a lot to me because I discovered so many international punk through this record, of course, is the Peace, War, Comp bands from all over the globe, from Los Violadores from Argentina to Shito Chrome and the motherfuckers in Italy, Boss Cops, you name it. Absolutely essential. And also, since you get this channel is all about punk, this is a Killed by Death, it's fantastic series. Just picked this one up today. It's one of those with for the ones that are not familiar with the Killed by Death series, was a series on Red Rum Records. These just compiled at the time were like almost impossible records to find. So this one, for instance, has Brave New World by DDT. He has Lost Kids called Freaks. He has Sperma, Zuri Punk's Bombs, Chain Gang, Eddie Norton, Tits on the Beach. What a song. These days, most of all these singles, they've been reshoot, but these, as you know, you got to pay now $10, $12, $15 for a brand new 7-inch. So maybe you still get better. You still, at least from a financial standpoint, you will be saving money by grabbing Killed by Death comps, at least the reissues, because I know there was a point in life that every single store had tons of Killed by Death records. Now they're scarce, but anyways, Killed by Death. I'm a sucker for first wave of UK punk. Stiff Records is one of my favorite label, but probably after that you will be Raw Records. Raw Deal, it's a great comp. He has the Users, Acme Sewage Company, Sick Things, Zane, Killjoys. This is a banger right here. So fans of early first wave of UK punk, and find some obscure stuff. This is a good one to go. And since I live in California, an absolute classic, Beach Boulevard. This is a Record Store Day, actually, from 2020. They did a great record. This is a double LP. He has extra songs from all the bands. The original bands in this record are Simple Tones, Rick Crowd, and F World. Yeah, banger classic. So once again, congratulations, Jack. Go check his channel, like and subscribe. All right, let me take a breather here. All right, so now, inspired by Tommy and Yane, I'm gonna share with you guys Skulls on Records. This tag started with Gustavo Scafuro, I believe from Brazil, and pretty much what he wants is to see records with skulls on covers. So I decided to go with 7 inches. It was easier to go through the 7 inches and pull some records with covers, and I'm glad I did so. I came across records that I haven't listed in long time. I also came across records that I didn't even knew that I had them. So that was a good exercise. Thank you, Gustavo, for putting us up to this task, and thank you, Tommy and Yanni, for keep me in the loop. As you can tell, I'm trying to wrap these up quick, so I'm not going to ramble too much. I'm going to pull the sleeves on these ones so we can see the skulls. Classic Swedish EP, The Almighty Anti-Semics. This is a banger right here, classic. Don't get all excited. This is not the original. I took this out of a box set. Nevertheless, cool cover, classic shit. Portuguese band from well, I started in London. I don't know what's going on with them. This is from 2006. Blood Safari. There's another skull in there. Punk, rock and roll, garagey, great band, great live band. If you're not familiar with Blood Safari, give them a go, a chance. Mid 90s, sometime in the mid 90s. This is a record that screams the 90s. Drunk punks, public nuisance, cheap sex and booze, happy drinking skulls, skeletons in here. It's just fantastic. Anyone watching this video that grew up into that, that was part of the 90s punk scene, the like crust, street punk and all that. It's probably like saying, oh my god, I haven't listened to that thing in ages. This is great. Banger here, 1999. From Brazil, Neurosa Urbana. Oh boy, if you never listened to this, if you like dirty hardcore, if you like Finnish hardcore, if you like Japanese hardcore, this is for you. Banger, banger. If those subgenres are your jam, banger. Every time I have a chance to squeeze in a Sloppy Seconds record, I do, and why will it be different this time? There we go, Sloppy Seconds. Where the Eagles there with the almighty Bobby Steele. There's a Crimson Ghost right there. This is banger. Of course, it has the hilarious Ice Cream Man on B-side. You know how much I love Sloppy Seconds, so there's not much I need to talk about it. Another classic 90s band, another badass skull, El Crusher, Fields of Blood. This is pretty much Discharge. The worship in this record. It's a banger of a record too. Another classic 90s shit. So here we're just appreciating the artwork, but I made sure I will be sharing with you guys records that are actually rad records. A record that is gonna get me banned from YouTube. The Almighty Dwarves, tooling for a warm tea bag. Skull there, and Skull and Crossbones. This is when the Dwarves made a transition from garage punky band to that more hardcore infused sound with poppy elements. No poppy elements here. This is, I don't know, it's up high on my Dwarves favorite records of all time. I have no idea when this was released. This is like a bootleg. The good old bootlegs. Sounds good though. It does the trick. I think this record is on its entirety on that those comps that came out maybe 15 years ago, like the Free Cocaine, I believe. That's the name of one of those comp series with the Dwarves early material. Yeah, this is rad. If you see this out in a while, don't sleep on it. Buy it. It's worth it. More from Brazil. Another fucking banger. Gritos de Alerta. There's another skull for you. And Heresia. No skulls for Heresia. But this is a banger of a split. Again, fans of Scandinavian hardcore, Japanese hardcore, D-beat, crust. Man, this is a banger. Gritos de Alerta. Heresia, probably my favorite here, but highly recommend this for if you're into that kind of jam. We couldn't do a video focus on skulls without showing this one. It's almost of a skull, but Gizm, Anarchy Violence. Giz, legendary Japanese band. Everybody should put themselves through the pleasure or torture of listening to Gizmo at least once in their lifetime. Classic 77 punk single here, the drums. Just want to be myself. The cool skeleton. Having a smoke. And on a toilet, bored with the band or bored with the crowd. Yeah, banger right here. This record right here, next one is a record that I'm glad that I pulled this record, that I decided to participate in this contest slash tag. Forgot how good this is. This is like a jam from the 90s, COBH, which stands for Children of the Barren Wasteland. This is like beautiful, fierce, anarcho hardcore from the United States, I believe. Yep. This came out on Profane Existence. This is absolutely banger. This is one of my back in the day was one of my favorites. This is probably like 96, around that time. This is another banger from England, Coitus, Real Cold Fear. This is a great record. They do cover Fear, I Love Living in the City, which is a fantastic rendition to the tune. This is like, you know, the vocal delivery is kind of like in between Anti-Scene and Gizm. So, Red EP right here. One of the most forgotten heroes of the first wave of Oi from England, criminal justice, fighting the system. Fighting the System, probably one of the slowest punk tunes ever. Great lyrics, great classic right here. Classic right here. On the newer side, decided to show this one. Looks like he's the type of skull that all the cool kids these days get tattooed. Everybody wants to appear to having a tough life. Ergo the Gyros, even though we might, but you know what I mean. It's like a let me have some street cred kind of skull. Cool band from Japan. Punk, garagey, lo-fi, rad shit. Also one of the best skulls ever. This is Brilliance right here. Stretcher Case Baby, The Damned. This is just legendary, absolutely legendary. Another cool one, especially for us down Southern California, Orange County, DI. Surfing Anarchy with Uncontrollable Urge. Cool artwork, very representative of Southern California spirit. Great record. This is maybe 2000. Let me see, 2006. More skulls. This is great. This is I would say this is pretty much like a 90s street punk revival, but this is super well done. If you like the Verrucers, if you like the Casualties, this is gonna blow you away. Decoy, The Bleeding. An absolute banger from the 90s. More than a classic from the 90s. A lot of skulls in here. Distraught. This is like... if you know, you know how good this record is, how important it is. If you don't know, but if you know the band Doom, there's Doom vibes in here. Some will say this is crust, some will say it's hardcore. Yeah, this is American hardcore. Full of political consciousness. It's like American hardcore and crust, and some love from Motorhead. They all came together and boom, one of the best EPs from the 90s, Distraught. An absolute classic here. The Art Attacks, First and Last, I believe 79. You know, I never understood how uh, the song "I Am a Dalek" is probably the most well-known song by them, or the most acclaimed, celebrated song by them. When this single, yes, Punk Rock Stars and Rat City, Punk Rock Stars and Rat City, two essential, early UK punk tunes, both amazing, phenomenal. Check it out. Yeah, fantastic. Even for the fans of post-punk stuff like that, yeah, you will be amazed by those tunes. I love this shit. From LA, Ausencia, Quantas Vidas. These guys, they started things. I don't know if I showed this record. I probably showed one of the other record by them, because I love this band so much. In the last 6 years, I'll say, more or less. I'm not that great keeping track of time. Like this post-punk and those type of elements, they start to pick up pace, and now they're all, it's kind of irritating, almost, to use the term post-punk when discussing contemporary bands. But these guys, they were doing that way before all that shit. And even though they sing in Spanish, man, listen to this song, Mi Corazón Lloró. This is like punk, the way punk should be played. One of my favorite bands of all time, Bone Crusher. There's Angry Youth by Bone Crusher. Some love them, some hate it. You gotta embrace them to understand the full experience. Angry Youth, absolute anthem here. Bone Crusher. And last but not least, we could not end the video on Skulls without showing this Blitz silly, goofy skull blown away by listening to some rad punk tunes. And this is Razors in the Night, one of the most easy songs to sing in concert, but I don't know. I know what I'm going this. It's just one of those songs. It's just too sing along that, even if you're watching a cover band playing Razors in the Night, man, you cannot be indifferent. That's how catchy it is. Anyways, Skulls, VCLT contest. Guys, have a wonderful 2025. See you guys soon. Thank you for your support. You guys take care. Cheers.